Good morning and welcome to Cawfeetawk. Happy Halloween. For those of you who know me from Jersey Belle, you know that my father died on Halloween. So Halloween morning is always somewhat somber for me. Since I've had children, I've made a real effort to make the day special so that the memories I take away from this day get further and further from the ones that I carried after he died. But I wanted to take this coffee talk to talk to you guys a little bit about my dad and my experience with that. Some of you may have heard some of this, and some of you are going to be hearing it for the first time. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. When I was a senior in high school, my father had lung cancer. And he was diagnosed in April of my junior year and died on Halloween of my senior year. My senior year of high school, my father and I had a conversation where he said at this point he was very sick and had already been through the chemo and radiation that he was willing to do and had stopped treatment. He was the kind of man who believed that if he only had a few months left, he would rather live that time not in pain. So he asked me to come sit with him, and I did, and we talked, and he was telling me that he believed that I was a natural entertainer, that I had an energy that I should be showing to other people. And, we talked about a play that they were holding auditions for at school. And, I was not a drama kid. It was not my thing. At the time, the attention that I wanted was not the right kind of attention. And drama kids were getting good, like proper, well-deserved attention. It wasn't for me. But he said, "Will you just try?" "Okay, Dad, I will try." So I had a great relationship with the drama teacher at Freehold Township High School. Mr. Foreman was down to earth, very cool, cared very much about the kids in his program, and I was not one of them, but I was in his drama class, and I was like a train wreck. It was hard to look away, so he knew that I could bring a certain energy, I think, to any situation. So when I told him that I wanted to audition, he encouraged me to do so, even though he knew it wouldn't be received very well by the drama kids because that was their world. So I did. The play that year was a play called Isn't It Romantic by Wendy Wasserstein. If you get a chance later, look it up online so you can see I was auditioning for the role of Harriet. And I auditioned for the role. I don't even know, I didn't want to. I wasn't doing it for myself, so I don't even know what true effort I put in, but I ended up getting the role. This made my father ridiculously happy. It was all he could talk about with me for the 3 weeks that I rehearsed for this play. He wanted to hear my lines. He wanted to do lines with me. He wanted me to walk in a room and say the lines. I was like, I felt a little bit like a puppet, his puppet. But it was like our thing. And it made him so happy. The play was set to open, I think, the second week of November. And as you know, my father died on Halloween. When you're 17 and people look at you and say, the show must go on, you think, what does that even mean? I don't know how life goes on. How does a play go on? How does a show with kids I don't care about, with words that have no meaning, go on when I have no idea how life will go on? Every bit of security that I knew up until that point was gone. But it mattered to him. So the show did go on. And I think 10 days later, I stood backstage and listened to Mr. Foreman dedicate the show, opening night, to my father. And looked out from behind the curtain and saw my family and so many people that loved my dad in the front row. And I'll be honest, the show was a blur. You know, I was, 17. But I wanted to use this story to say two things to you. One, the show has to go on. So many of us are in so much pain. I read every email. I read every comment. I hurt with you. I pray with you. I cry with you. I laugh with you. You think that I don't. You think I'm some celebrity who was on a Bravo show for 8 weeks who probably doesn't care. But Coffee Talk is everything to me. It is food for my soul. It is helping me become a better woman, a better mother, a better friend, a better wife. The show does go on. When you feel like you have no idea how to continue, you just do. You get up and you do. And you know what? The curtain opens, the lines come, the applause are there. You go home and you get up and do it the next day. The second thing I want to tell you is, so many of us who have lost someone say, if I had the chance, I would say this. Don't be that person. Don't be me, who at 17 did not have the tools to let this man know when I knew he was dying how much I loved him and who he was and what I was able to take away from knowing him. Be the person who makes the call. Have the conversation. Let somebody know today. Don't wait until they're gone. It's not the same. It's not the same. Say it today. I love you. And I know you love me. Have a great day. Be safe out there. Happy Halloween.